Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and today I'm bringing you a 3 vs 3 battle in Total War Rome 2. It was actually very, very small funding. It was 4,500 per player, so you really had to be very careful with what you were going to bring. And this is a battle that illustrates the age-old debate, quantity versus quality. And I'm mostly a quality man myself, but today I decided to bring a quantity-based army. Most of us did. I'm going to put it on a very slow motion here. But the attackers really did the quality version, so we'll take a look at that. And let's just give it a pause because the battle is not very long, and I want to make sure we can get all of the army comps in. So yes, I am playing on this as the Cimmerians. And I've got a Athens ally on one side and a Getae ally on the other. I believe this is Getae, or is it Dacia? Actually, it might be Dacia. Yeah, it is Dacia. And I've got a Roman enemy, a Macedonian enemy, and a Seleucid enemy. So let's take a look at Athens first, since they're all the way over here on the left-hand flank. So they've got 2 units of slingers in the front. And then they've got 4 units of militia hoplites, so pretty standard hoplites. And on the flanks, he's got a couple units of light hoplites and a couple units of pikes. And he's got his general, which is a thorac hoplite. And looking at my army, I've got 6 units of these young axes, so they're like 160 gold. They're very, very cheap. I just need men to kind of throw into the battle. And then my more meaty front line, I've got some of these Scythian hoplites, and they're actually really, really cool. I like them a lot. They don't hold their own against pikes and some of the elite hoplites, but they do give some staying power. And then I've got my Cimmerian noble infantry with my general, looking very glorious. And I've got 2 units of steppe lancers. So, again, really cheap, not really going to do much except kind of just annoy the enemy. And last but not least, we've got the Dacians. So he's got a noble horseman for his general in the front. And then we got some spear warriors, looks like 4 units of them. And then he's got 4 units of falksmen, so they're also very, very cost-effective unit, but very low defense, so they get picked apart by archers. And then he's got some Dacian bows as well, 2 units. He's just got some more spears on that side. Excellent. So let's swing around here to the enemies. And let's take a look. They've got the Roman player's got 3 units of auxiliary Numidian cavalry, and he's got 2 units of auxiliary cav, and he's got 1 unit of equites and a legatus and a vigiles. So pretty much all cav for the Roman army. And then looking at the Seleucids, he's got 1 unit of silver shield swordsmen, 1 unit of silver shield pikemen, and a shield bearer for his general, and he's got a peltis. And the Macedonians, they've got, looks like 3 units of foot companions, with the general being in 1, and 1 unit of archers. So yeah, this is, it's going to be an interesting battle to say the least.
Advance at speed!
And I recently downloaded the better camera mod for Rome 2 as well, so we'll be able to get some nice close-up shots of the battle. I like being able to go right to ground level and seeing the men march forwards, and I'm sure you guys do as well. So pretty much right away, what we're trying to do is just surround the enemy. They don't have a lot of forces that they can have the ability to spread out, whereas we do. We have to use our numbers to the advantage. That is really our only advantage. In prolonged combat, our troops are just not going to withstand, you know, fighting up against pikes and shield bearers and that kind of stuff, so... Yeah, so first shots off coming on the equites here. Oop, where are they going? Yeah, so catching the archers there, which was a really good play. But you can see that I'm actually countering, trying to push back the Seleucid archers. But yeah, they're just running amok in here. causing some trouble. You can see my lancers are headed forwards to... I'm sending one unit to block that equite unit, and this other unit to push back the archers again. Because these guys get shredded by archers, and you will see in this volley right here. Yeah, look at that, just picking apart my men. That is not good. The unit is pretty much just melting away. But let's get the first infantry clash started. Charging forwards my Scythian hoplites into the foot companions. And then forming shield wall with them to lock them in place. Meanwhile, I've got my very cheap infantry tying up this foot companion unit. And this Vigile unit is actually facing the wrong way, so I do manage to get a decent charge off here. Very nice. And with this other unit, I'm just going to try and surround the foot companions on the one flank, putting pressure there. But you can see that they pretty much melted my my young axes. They just do not stand a chance. Let's get a little bit of slow-mo going on here. So you can see that the Roman player is actually very effective in keeping the Athenian player pretty much out of the battle for the longest time. I'm trying to keep pressure on the auxiliary cavalry with my lances, but already one unit is broke. And we've got another unit of equites in behind my general, which was not good. Gonna see him charge into my general very, very soon here. Let's get a nice slow-mo shot of this. I think I do try to turn my general around just in time, but... yeah, see, I try to. Ooh. Just clamping me in between these pikes here. So that was a good charge. Over on the other side, you can see that my young axes are just breaking. They're just being wiped out. But on the flip side, the archers for the Dacians are actually doing quite well. Because the pikes do have pretty low armor, so they're really just trying to tighten in their box a little bit more. Let's turn back on the music and the battle sounds. Yeah, already you can see that a lot of my Scythian hoplites are breaking, which was really annoying. I didn't really expect them to last that long, but... let's try and zoom in on the battle here. Oh, yeah, they're gone, I think. They're out of here. And then I've got my general here, and I get a nice flank. I did break the villages, and now I'm getting a nice flanking attack with my young axes. They're not going to do too much, but there's another charge with their equites on my general. And if we pull up a little bit, you can see the Egyptian players just being harassed by the Roman cav. But he is finally getting his infantry into position, which is excellent. And the Dacians are finally behind enemy lines as well. You can see that he's got some of his spears. He's got his noble horse. He's actually going to get a good charge into these foot companions before they're even ready. Nice. And then counter-flanking with the spear warriors. Very, very good play there. Probably wiping quite a bit of the unit down. Well, only 10. Not the greatest. But yeah, you can see a lot of my men have returned from routing, so I'm just going to try and get them back into the battle. And we got some Roman cav charging in here, but nice counter charge by the noble horsemen. Looking over here, pretty much the Roman cav is being staved off at this point. I think we've held them out of the battle long enough that they're not really going to be any use, and really we just need to pen down these really expensive units and then outflank them. It's really the only way that we can get a victory out of this. But, oh, yeah, nice against the foot companions, right in their backs. Yeah, they're going to break for sure. Ooh, just getting destroyed. And then I got a good counter flank here. I've got the Seleucid general surrounded, but my young axes, again, they're pretty much just breaking. Got the Dacians setting up here to charge into the back of the Macedonians. Nice. Oh, and we got the flanking fire from the archers coming in as well. But again, my men breaking, so not the best. And the Athenians, you can see, actually charging into the back of the Seleucid general here. So they're pretty much penned in at this point. They're not even, they're just ignoring my men. That's kind of insulting. Let's get another view, slow down the battle. Pretty much over at this point. But yes, finally the Egyptian player was basically able to rout all of the Roman cav. We've got some scattered archers that tried to get out of the kind of pen that the attackers had built. And the Macedonian general is just hanging on. He's got 41 men left. The Seleucid general right here also hanging on. And the Roman general is actually fighting the Athenian general over here. But this is pretty much where the battle is heaviest, so we'll just kind of end up here, just seeing the last bits. And there we go, my men break. You can actually see that the Macedonian general has actually now penned the Athenians in between. So now the flankers become the outflanked, but the Dacian archers are just unleashing on the backs of these Seleucids here. You can see arrows are kind of sticking through them.
Quick march!
My general is still alive and well, though. You can see him here. He's actually pushing forwards, and it's pretty much just coming down to a battle of generals down here. Some of my brave young axes holding it as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much the last of the Macedonians. So let's take a... Oh, the battle's actually over. I was going to say, let's kind of zoom out and see what the results were. So yeah, basically just this little ring of death, which is really, really cool how it came down to that. It's like how the few tried to stand against many. And the Egyptian player, I was a little worried at first with the Roman cav kind of harassing him everywhere, but he just didn't have enough cav to break all the Athenians. So let's end the replay, take a look at the results real quick. So looking at the Dacians first. Oh, it's Getae. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not going to be re-recording that. But it says Dacian bowman, but oh well, they're all kind of the same. But yeah, the Dacian bow is doing really well. His Falkman actually doing decent. His Spear Warrior's doing well, and his Noble Horse doing well. So all around, did a really, really good job. My army kind of suffered because I kind of took the brunt of the pike wall in my face, and my Steppe Warriors were trying to contend with all the Roman cav. But my general did really well. One of my Scythian hoplites doing really, or sorry, one of my young axes doing well. The rest of them not so much. And the Athenian player, he did well despite the harassment, I would say, because a lot of these kills are on cav, which is hard to do with just infantry. Looking at the Roman player, yeah, so you can see his cav did quite well, but just didn't have enough to break the Athenians in time. And the Macedonians, his obviously his pikes getting an insane amount of kills. Surprisingly, his archers did well too, but again, I think that was on my really cheap young axes. And the Seleucid player, 365 by his shield bearers. That's the MVP for today. And his other 2 units doing well. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more Rome 2 content in the future. And I will see you in the next one.